Hello, people. Thanks for joining us and being part of the channel, liking and subscribing. Okay, what's going on? Lots is going on. Well, I got a message today that I want to share with you guys. And Americans better wake up. They really need to wake up because Amerifornia is real. And I wasn't kidding. 2 years ago, with your new president-elect, it's going to get worse. So this is a message from New Zealand. Now, New Zealand is in the crosshairs with China right now, kind of with disputes and stuff. But New Zealand is one of the countries. It was New Zealand, Australia, England, and the United Kingdom as a whole, all of Canada, and the blue states in America that were competing for money placement, money laundering, dirty money. And that's actually put us in the position that we are in today. Yes, governments overprint money. Yes, governments inflate until infinity. But we are in this position because of, believe it or not, dirty money. So this is a message from Donna. She says, I live in New Zealand and born in New Zealand. The government won't cap rents for the people. So what is she talking about? Well, rents are going out of control in New Zealand, and they won't cap them for people that are on disability or war veterans or people that are retired, basically, and can't work anymore. And for rents for people that own more than 2 homes. I am on invalids benefit, and work income won't help me with my rent raises. The last 2 raises, I fear I will soon be cutting off my power and internet, so I won't have no heat or TV or communication. I am so scared right now. So there is that own more than 2 homes, but they're saying, well, she owns 2 homes. Why not? She could own 10 homes. She's a New Zealander. But you see what's happening? They're putting in these blanket laws that are destroying the locals. The locals are paying for the money laundering that's been coming into New Zealand all these years. The locals are paying for it. How is America, Mike, how is America paying for the money laundering coming into California, so to say? Well, it pushes out the middle-class citizens, right? For example, California is a great one. California is a pioneer state for me for money laundering because they've been bringing in and placing money predominantly from China since like 1993, but going strong though. So what did that do to Americans? Well, it basically raised the property values pretty much overnight. You saw a bit of a correction in 2008, but then it's when 2010, like I said, it really got strong. So people in those areas can't afford to live because their cities are turning into empty shells. They're turning into dumpsters. They're turning into garbage. The homelessness is skyrocketing out of control. Unemployment keeps going up. The private sector is failing because people don't have any disposable income after they pay their $3,000-$4,000 a month mortgage in California. So middle class leaves, and that's how basically it's causing this ripple effect across America, and that's why you're seeing Amerifornia. So let's continue and see what she says. I am so scared right now. The greed and evil has consumed us. We need to stop paying tax and go somewhere to put up a shelter. Okay, so living on a living homestead off grid, right? But the law won't let us do that. Government is not for the people. They are corrupt. Have been for at least the 40-odd years. Hang in there, friends. Soon the greedy will be beggars. And that's very, very true. Then I replied and said, yes, ma'am. I have been covering New Zealand for many years now. It's the same pattern across the Commonwealth. So what we have been saying all these years, this is very important that we cover this because people need to understand the buildup. So this video got taken down 3 times. New Zealand 1971 before the propaganda. There's just images of New Zealand in 1971. It's been taken down 3 or 4 times. New Zealand poverty crisis. So 2 years ago, before they pulled the trigger on the pandemic, poverty crisis, new figures show demand for food and housing, and then it goes into other stuff there. But Canada versus New Zealand, housing destruction. So basically, all these English-speaking countries are on the same boat. New Zealand housing, don't buy anything. I told people, don't buy anything 3 years ago. You might be stuck with something you can't sell. New Zealand ban on foreign ownership. So they started banning foreign buyers 4 years ago. New Zealand, 1910 rare picks. Let me see. This is the channel Time Machine. So I'm going across my channel and what I'm finding here. Unbelievable price of local caught fish in New Zealand. I think it was, what was the price there? Can we see that? I think it's like $19 or something a pound. New Zealand to pay employees in cryptocurrency, again, before they pull the trigger, because people will have no confidence in their currency. New Zealand housing market severely unaffordable 2 years ago. So this is severely unaffordable, but see, the country's crisis, which has seen homeless population grow and the waiting list for state house records. So they had the Kiwi build there, if you know what I'm talking about Kiwi build. New Zealand using tents to house the homeless. What a bunch of losers. The government was actually going around and giving out free tents to the homeless people so they could tent out and basically live in a tent, because these people were bought out. A lot of these people in these tents were actually full-time employees working in the private sector. New Zealand house prices flatten out. $22 for bacon in New Zealand. There it is right there. What else? New Zealand, Australia looking to arrest and detain content creators overseas. So I got a cease and desist from sub-crown crap in Australia. I gave him my address. Right there is my door, 1925 Quilchena Avenue, Merritt, BC. You can come over and visit me here. I'll even leave the location in the description. What else do we talk about? Yep, New Zealanders living in trees and carports and old cars. Yep, and these are people that work full-time too. Is New Zealand xenophobic because they just didn't want to deal with foreign money? What else we got? New Zealand rent is what? New Zealand foreign buyers ban is working. It was working, but then they had to find loopholes because the housing market was crashing. New Zealand rental ripoff, 40 people to one house. So you would think, New Zealand to destroy middle class via raising rates. Caller gives massive warning on things to come in New Zealand. So it's New Zealand hates me. I get a lot of hate mail from there. So I just wanted to show you guys, we have been talking about this, discussing this. This wasn't said on Joe Rogan 6 hours ago. This is coming to America, and I've been warning Americans over 10 years. When the foreign buyers tax came into Vancouver, British Columbia, to stop foreign investors in Vancouver, because the average, not the average, but the low six wage earners need to save 14 years, and we're talking six figures, wage earner. Need to save 14 years to put a down payment. And the average wage earner needed to save 27 years to put a down payment on a home. So Canadians are like, yeah, this is so good. But I've been, against this since day one. I hate communism. I hate what communism brings. It brings oppression, and it brings, hold on. There's one more thing I want to show you guys. So this is very important. World economy would collapse if London stops laundering money. So this has been going on for many years now. What year is this from? Oh, look at that. Just before the pandemic hit our shores. Look at that. Look at that, eh? So the world knew it was in crisis. Amerifornia is real. Search across our channel time machine. Amerifornia is not a joke. And I just hope America could keep on its toes. American government, American policy, American all this shit could go to hell. It's the American people that I love. The American people that are armed to the teeth. The American people who basically don't tread on me, basically. Don't. Leave me and my family alone. We don't want government in our lives. And that's what I'm talking about. The Americans. Sometimes up here in Canada, I feel like Davy Crockett at the Alamo waiting for reinforcements from the Union. Waiting for somebody to come and save us. Because we are in a losing war here in Canada. And we can't beat the money launderers here. It's been so strong here. And I just feel like Davy Crockett sometimes or Sam Houston. No, I feel like Sam Houston at the Alamo waiting for somebody to come and free us. Because right now, for the Canadians, Australians, the UKers, people in the blue states, it ain't looking good. I didn't vote these people in. I don't believe in these policies. I get people come in my store and tell me off all the time because of what I believe in, and I give them the right to do that. Give me the finger, tell me off, trash me, make up websites about me. So what? In the end, well, let's more talk about that on another video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Lots of love, and it's happening, and it's real. Share this video if you want, or just wait 5 or 6 years till Joe Rogan says it on his podcast, and we could go back on our time machine and tell you how, or show you how we've been saying this for years. Thanks for watching.